गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती कावेरी नर्मदे सिंधु जलस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु। जल ईश्वर स्वरूप है, सौम्य, शालीन, जीवनदायक। प्रकृति का दिया ये जल रूपी वरदान पृथ्वीवासियों के लिए सिर्फ एक विरासत नहीं बल्कि एक जिम्मेदारी है जिसे आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए संभालना आवश्यक है। और इस उद्देश्य की ओर पूरी निष्ठा से कार्य कर रहा है राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन, जल शक्ति मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार।
खेती के उपयोग में आने वाले पानी का अधिकतम उपयोग हो, इस दृष्टिकोण से मंत्रालय माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में काम कर रहा है और हमने नेशनल वाटर मिशन में 20% तक पानी के उपयोग में कमी लाने का लक्ष्य रखा है। सतह पर जो जल उपलब्ध है उसका उचित प्रबंधन, भूगर्भ के जो हमारे स्रोत हैं उनका ठीक से उपभोग हो, जो पानी हम अलग अलग क्षेत्र में उपयोग में लेते हैं उसका विवेकपूर्ण उपयोग हो और उसके साथ साथ में जो पानी उपयोग के बाद में निकलता है उसका ठीक से ट्रीटमेंट हो, तो हम जल सुरक्षित देश को बना सकते हैं।
जलवायु परिवर्तन का विशेष ध्यान रखते हुए नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज के तहत नेशनल वाटर मिशन की स्थापना की गई ताकि जल संरक्षण को बढ़ावा मिले, जल की बर्बादी को कम किया जा सके और राज्यों के भीतर एवं राज्यों के बीच जल का अधिक समान रूप से वितरण सुनिश्चित किया जा सके। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के प्रमुख उद्देश्य हैं जल का डेटाबेस सार्वजनिक रूप से प्रस्तुत रखना और जल संसाधनों पर जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रभाव का आकलन करना, जल संरक्षण वृद्धि और संरक्षण के लिए नागरिक और राज्य कार्रवाई को बढ़ावा देना, शोषित क्षेत्रों सहित संवेदनशील क्षेत्रों पर ध्यान देना, 20% तक जल उपयोग कुशलता में वृद्धि करना और बेसिन स्तर के एकीकृत जल संसाधन प्रबंधन को बढ़ावा देना।
देश के अंदर जितनी भी वर्षा होती है एक वर्ष के अंदर, हम उसका केवल 8% ही बचा पा रहे हैं। तो ऐसी दृष्टि को मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमें युद्ध स्तर के ऊपर जो है अपने जल प्रबंधन के कार्य को आगे बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है और हमारा मंत्रालय जो है उस दिशा के अंदर सतत प्रयास कर रहा है।
अपने लक्ष्य की ओर बढ़ते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन ने अनेकों कदम उठाए हैं, जिसके तहत कैच द रेन नामक एक खास कैंपेन शुरू किया गया है, जिसकी टैगलाइन है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। इसमें राज्य सरकारों, सामाजिक संस्थानों, सरकारी और गैर सरकारी संस्थानों से एप्रोप्रिएट रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स का निर्माण और उसके उपयोग का अनुरोध किया है, जो कि वहां के सॉइल और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस के अनुरूप हो और वर्षा के पानी को बचाने और कुशलता से उपयोग करने की इस मुहिम में अधिकाधिक लोगों को साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है। साथ ही विभिन्न कलेक्टर्स को जिला स्तर पर रेन सेंटर्स की शुरुआत करने का अनुरोध भी किया गया है, जिसके माध्यम से आम लोगों को वर्षा जल संचय से जुड़ी तकनीकी जानकारी दी जा सके। कुछ प्रमुख संस्थानों और मंत्रालयों ने वर्षा जल को संरक्षित करने के लिए कदम भी उठाए हैं। जल संरक्षण में समाज की भागीदारी को बढ़ावा देने के लिए कई संस्थाओं को भी साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है।
Both in urban areas and rural areas, rainwater harvesting system must be made mandatory when sanctioning plans. We must ensure that water is not wasted and the groundwater reserves are recharged when the rain falls on the ground. We must catch the rain and store it. I'm happy that the National Water Mission's campaign is taking up a timely initiative called Catch the Rain When It Falls.
वर्षा जल संचय की महत्ता को ध्यान में रखते हुए समाज की जानी मानी हस्तियों ने भी इस कैच द रेन कैंपेन को बढ़ावा और सहयोग दिया। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन लगातार जल संरक्षण हेतु ट्रेडिशनल वाटर सिस्टम के रिवाइवल के लिए कार्य कर रहा है। इस दिशा में भारत के स्टेप वेल्स की धरोहर को संजोते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा स्टेप वेल्स ऑफ इंडिया नामक एक किताब लोकार्पित की गई, जिसमें 100 यूनिक और इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेप वेल्स की जानकारी मौजूद है।
We use as much as 85% of the water resources for irrigation alone. and therefore depleting the groundwater tables. So we have a situation where we need to improve the management of our water resources, and this cannot be done only through the central and state government programs, because water touches our lives. And that's where the National Water Mission has launched major initiatives. It conducts regular talks. Every third Friday, there is a talk on water, and on every second Friday, there is a talk on water technology issues. Apart from these initiatives, there is the initiative of Jal Shakti Abhiyan, which was conceived of in 2019. For a campaign to be really successful, it has to have the commitment of the top political leadership. And what better commitment can be there if the Prime Minister of the country gives this clarion call to the citizens to participate in this program.
भारत के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में मई जून में बारिश शुरू होती है। क्या हम अभी से अपने आसपास के जल स्रोतों की सफाई के लिए, वर्षा जल के संचयन के लिए 100 दिन का कोई अभियान शुरू कर सकते हैं? इसी सोच के साथ अब से कुछ दिन बाद जल शक्ति मंत्रालय द्वारा भी जल शक्ति अभियान कैच द रेन भी शुरू किया जा रहा है। इस अभियान का मूल मंत्र है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। हम अभी से जुटेंगे। हम पहले से जो रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम है उन्हें दुरुस्त करवा लेंगे, गांवों में, तालाबों में, पोखरों की सफाई करवा लेंगे, जल स्रोतों तक जा रहे पानी के रास्ते की रुकावटें दूर कर लेंगे, तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा वर्षा जल का संचयन कर पाएंगे।
जल संरक्षण की अधिकाधिक जागरूकता और प्रशिक्षण का फैलाव भी किया जा रहा है, जिसके तहत वाटर टॉक नामक लेक्चर सीरीज चलाई जा रही है। इस पहल को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाने के लिए इस वाटर टॉक सीरीज को डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से आगे पहुंचाया गया, और जिसके कारण न केवल प्रतिभागियों की संख्या बढ़ी, बल्कि देश विदेश से भी लोग इसमें शामिल हो रहे हैं। साथ ही इन वाटर टॉक्स का सार एक बुक में भी कंपाइल किया गया है। इसके अलावा नेशनल वाटर मिशन की तरफ से वाटर कंजर्वेशन के अलग अलग टॉपिक्स पर टेक्निकल सेमिनार्स और वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते रहे हैं। साथ ही जिला अधिकारियों और म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर्स के साथ वीकली वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते हैं, जिसमें उनके द्वारा उनके क्षेत्र में की जा रही बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस की चर्चा की जाती है।
एवरी डीएम्स को रिक्वेस्ट किया कि हर जिले में एक रेन सेंटर नहीं तो एक जल शक्ति केंद्र खोलने के लिए। इस जल शक्ति केंद्र में जल के बारे में जितने भी जानकारी लोगों को मिलना चाहिए उसी के बारे में जानकारी मिलते हैं। बट वी हैव टू मेक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर एंड एंगेज देम इन डिस्कशंस, एंगेज देम इन thinking about the value of water so that they leave behind a very good legacy for their next generation.
सिंचाई क्षेत्र में सुधार के लिए 26 बेसलाइन स्टडीज भी की गयी और साथ ही मांग प्रबंधन यानी डिमांड साइड मैनेजमेंट के लिए सही फसल नामक कैंपेन चलाया जा रहा है, ताकि किसानों को उनके क्षेत्र के अनुसार कम पानी की खपत वाली फसल की बुआई के लिए शिक्षित और प्रोत्साहित किया जा सके। और इसके लिए किसानों को वर्कशॉप्स भी दी जा रही हैं। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के इस कैंपेन के चलते कुछ राज्यों ने क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए अपनी पॉलिसी में बदलाव भी किए। औद्योगिक क्षेत्र में भी जल के कुशल उपयोग के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन लगातार निगरानी बनाए हुए है, जिसके तहत कई विभिन्न उद्योगों में वाटर ऑडिट्स भी किए जा रहे हैं। BIS की पार्टनरशिप के तहत वाटर अप्लायंसेस के स्टार रेटिंग का काम भी हो रहा है। जल क्षेत्र में स्टेट स्पेसिफिक एक्शन प्लान की संरचना के लिए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा राज्यों को वित्तीय सहायता भी दी जाती है। इतना ही नहीं, विभिन्न रूप से जल संरक्षण को व्यवहार में लाने वाले संस्थानों को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन अवार्ड्स के जरिए 45 लाख रुपए तक के कैश प्राइजेस भी वितरित किए गए। साफ पानी और स्वच्छता मानव जीवन को पूर्ण रूप देते हैं। ये सच है, जल जीवन है, जल ही शक्ति है।
afternoon, everyone. Very warm welcome to all in today's 17 Water Tech Talk being organized by National Water Mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti and supported by Water Digest. Today's topic of Water Tech Talk is Conglomerative measure to enhance water use efficiency in irrigation sector. I also welcome Dr. Dilip G. Durbude, Associate Professor, Water and Land Management Institute, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Food, one of the most important things of our survival, one of the reasons for the pride of our nation. Why I am saying so is because our government is celebrating the Annadata Devo Bhava, and today's Water Tech Talk is dedicated to all our farmers for their contributions to the nation. Now, any further delay, I invite Shri Sunil Kumar Arora ji, Advisor, National Water Mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti, to kindly propose the opening address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neha. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
A very, very good afternoon to all of you. I deem it a great honor and privilege to address such an enthusiastic and energetic participants. रहीमन पानी राखिए बिन पानी सब सून पानी गए न उबरे मोती मानुस चून. On behalf of National Water Mission, I take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to our guest speaker, Dr. Dilip G. Durbude, and to all of you for gracing this occasion and participating in this tech talk on virtual platform. Water, as we all know, that is a unique in its relevance to economic, cultural, and social benefits. The interdependency between these three create a complex challenges that require improving the approaches to valuing water. There is a saying, you never know the worth of water until the wells run dry. As we all know that per capita availability of water has significantly come down in our country and likely to come down further with the growing population and demand. To overcome the gap between the demands and supply, the need of the hour is water conservation and more efficient and effective use of water resources. Keeping this thing in mind, last year in 2021, our Honorable Prime Minister of India had launched a Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign on the World Water Day, that is on 22nd March 2021. And with the tagline, जिसका मूल मंत्र था, catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. On that day, he addressed all the DMs, all sarpanches, and officers of central and state ministries. Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain had been taken up in all the urban and rural areas in all the districts of our country. And during the pre-monsoon and post-monsoon period, from 22nd March 2021 to 30th November 2021. The people involved in this campaign must be knowing that this campaign was taken forward by National Water Mission with several outcomes, such as water conservation and rainwater harvesting, prevention of traditional water bodies, reuse and recharge of bore wells, watershed development, and intensive afforestation. Two of the most important aspects of the campaign were geotagging and mapping of all water bodies, preparation of scientific plan for water conservation. In this regard, actually, we from the National Water Mission side has requested the states to set up Jal Shakti Kendras in all the district headquarters This will be a single point knowledge center for dissemination information related to water conservation, water use efficiency, and other water related matters. We National Water Mission worked in collaboration, close collaboration with different line ministries, state governments, district authorities, and that also with full participation of the people. Actually, our problem of water is decentralized. You'll find that there is a drought somewhere in one part of the country, then you'll find after there'll be a flood in another part of the country. Since our problem is of water is decentralized, so our aim should be to have a decentralized solution. That's why our tagline is catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. मतलब कि घर का पानी घर में, खेत का पानी खेत में और गांव का पानी गांव में. It's a campaign on water conservation and main objective is to harvest maximum rainwater and save it. Last year, this campaign evoked a very, very good response from all over the country. And since the launch on 22nd March 2021 till 30th November 2021, when it was closed, both rural and urban area put together a total of more than 41 lakhs of water related works were completed, or you can say they were constructed or repaired, and expenditure of more than 58,000 crore was done by under MG Narex by Department of Rural Development alone. Now this besides making people aware about the rainwater conservation, National Water Mission is also organizing Water Tech Talk and Water Talk series. You people are aware of that. And this, if I talk about Water Tech Talk, the inception of Water Tech Talk has been initiated by National Water Mission, and the first talk of this series was delivered on 9th of October 2020. This is the 17th Water Tech Talk. Actually, our aim was by initiating Water Tech Talk series, we have provided a platform to talk about cutting edge technology in water sector and to provide a window to the people for knowing the latest technology involved in the field of water. For this, we have been quite successful in organizing 16 Water Tech Talk till date. Besides water conservation, next important aspect in the field of water is water use efficiency. Now, which is becoming one of the key issues faced by the farmers and water managers in our country. And also one of the goal of National Water Mission is increase in water use efficiency by 20%. Now, considering these two aspects, this water talk has been kept on water use efficiency only. Why today I'm discussing about water use efficiency? Today's 17th Water Talk is being organized on the theme of Annadata Deva Bhava, and the talk has to be delivered on water use efficiency only by none other than one of the talented personality in this field, Dr. Dilip G. Drubde. Is presently working as professor and head IWM Valmi, Aurangabad, Water and Land Management Institute. He is Dr. Drubde has more than 20 years of experience in National Institute of Hydrology, Roorkee, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. He is a postgraduate from Rajasthan University and PhD in hydrology from IIT Roorkee, which is by the chance my alma mater also. Today he is going to speak about conglomerate measures on enhancing water use efficiency in irrigation sector. He has published more than 100 research paper, articles, reports in the journals and proceedings. And his area of research is planning and management of water resources, catchment erosion, watershed management, and many more areas related to the water conservation. He is deeply involved in baseline studies on water use efficiency of a few irrigation projects of Maharashtra. which is awarded by National Water Mission only. Now we are really eagerly waiting to get all these information from our esteemed speaker, who will share his knowledge about the measures for enhancing water use efficiency in irrigation sector. We are really humbled, sir, that by your kind gesture in accepting to deliver this public talk at a very, very short notice, despite your numerous and tight schedule of assignment. As you all must be knowing that today is the International Promise Day also. So we all should promise to ourselves to save water and to be always associated with water conservation and Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign. And today it's International Day of Women and Girls in Science also. What better day we can choose to have a water talk on that day. That's all from my side. I again welcome to all of you in this Tech Talk. Now I request Dr. Drupade to take over the charge and share his knowledge in this field. Over to Dr. Drupade. Thank you. Your mic is...
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Dr. Rana, sir. It's my pleasure that National Water Mission giving me this opportunity to share my experiences in this efficiency measures in various that provide and give me the opportunity National Water Mission goal to improve efficiency. I welcome all of you, other dignitaries for this lecture. I thanks to Mission Director Devasri Madam and officers from various departments. So today, giving me this opportunity, I will switch on my this presentation, that is 17 water talk. I welcome all of you for this lecture on the talk on this conglomerative measures to enhance efficiency in irrigation sector. So all of you know that what is the background as the National Water Missions in the presentation and the videos also, it is clearly said that what is the need of the future, that is how to what is needed to improve this water efficiency, what are the problems you are going to facing in the future. So all that purpose, my purpose will be what I that make a through the experiences from the project, what sort of experiences I gain that I am going to share about this. And the concept of this water efficiency, why it is most important, and what are the problems you are going to face in the future. And for that purpose, then there is a need to evaluate water efficiency so that you can able to utilize our whatever the that potential created, irrigation potential created, that can be effectively used. So that will be my overview of the presentation. So it is nothing but through a climate change model, because now all of you know that there is a changing climatic scenario, and that climatic scenario changing, and that is a global threat to our country to have the economical growth in the future. And the reason is simple behind this, that whatever you are also in general you are seeing that in that industrial growth, high consumption lifestyle, and emission of the greenhouse gases are of the reason behind this. And to cope up with this or tackle with this climate change scenario, at a national level, you should have some strategic measures. That means we have to have a adaptability to climate change or some mitigation strategy, so that to enhance this ecological sustainability. Now this climate change, how it is that is responsible in our water sector also. So whatever the distribution and the quality of the water resources through this cycle, that is altering. That is a responsible for the global warming, change in the temperature, and that effect on our hydrological cycle, where you are getting all the available water resources. So hydrologic cycle, where the storage and movement all take place. So through this component, the crucial component for us is that precipitation. So there is a changing in the precipitation pattern, and through this precipitation, that is your response of this precipitation for the runoff generation process. So that process is changing, and that why whatever the availability in the surface or the subsurface, that is changing over the period of time. If you see that, if you compare in the past and also now presently, you will find that there is a somewhere uncertain in the pattern of the precipitation. The distribution is uneven. Somewhere more water, that is be spatial and temporal. Spatial temporal distribution is uneven. It is not it is somewhere it is more, it is somewhere it is less. That's why there is a now events like this cloud, you can say cloud burst, you can say a flash flood like this. So the intensity of the rainfall is increasing over the period of time. And what is the annual rainfall? The number of rainy days are reducing day by day. So that's why that is affecting on of the runoff process. The rainfall runoff generation process is affected, and all of you know that whatever the surface storage you are getting, that is through this runoff process. This process also affecting on the groundwater recharges, because once there is a more intense rainfall, then of course there will be a less that whatever say the infiltration and the recharge of the groundwater will be affected. Due to this, there is a overall reduction in the water supply, and that is affecting our water availability. So whatever the demanding sector in this water, that is going to have effect. That is like a water for the drinking, sanitation are different demanding sector, and most for the irrigation sector, that is going to impact in future. If you just analyze this table, you find that the irrigation sector is such a huge sector which demanding more water as compared to other. Then if that sector is having a more water requirement or more water demand, and in that the efficiency is very poor, that is a worry. How? Because it's a demanding, high demanding sector having a poor efficiency or the low efficiency, and that's why in future that is a per capita viability like this, you will be in the water scarcity line maybe in the coming years. So likewise 2740 liter per capita per day, that will be the viability in future, and within that available water resources, you have to satisfy all our demands. If you compare in the global wise also, if you see that India is having a very per capita availability is very low as compared to the other countries, and that's why there is a gap between availability and demand. Over the period of time, a huge gap, maybe after 2025, 2050 towards, if you see that there is a huge gap in the availability and demand. Now the question arises, how to satisfy this gap? What are the solutions? And maybe that future scenario like this, in after 2005, you will be that water you will be required, that is that scenario like this, the boy is crying for the water, or that be this. Now also we are seeing this all these scenarios. That is going to happen in future if you not have any measures or any management aspects to satisfy this gap or to minimize this gap. And that is going to hamper in future water and food security. It is a probability like that 1% out of 3 will get the water. Quality also, because day by day groundwater is depleting, and then depleting groundwater, it is again having a water quality problems. So many TDS and all these things, that is salt, hardness, all these things, that will be a quality problem in the water. Means one One side there is a viability, quantity problem and quality also. And that is nothing but going to impact on our food security. Maybe probably one-third population will not get the food. And apart from this, there will be a very waterborne diseases. What will be impact of this? What will be the probable consequences? Of course, when one person out of three will get, then there will be a fight. Nobody say that, okay, 3% will say that one person is getting, okay, he will enjoy, he will satisfy, and two will be sacrificed. It is not like this. So small fight, a small marginal fight for the water viability will be there, man to man. It may convert into city, state, country, and maybe a possible big fight for this water. That is a future, maybe future scenario of this. So how to minimize the gap between availability and demand? It is a very good picture if you see that. Could you produce the water? Could you produce it?
Sir, there is some network issue, so kindly allow us some time so that sir can join back again.
Okay, network issue problem is there in Aurangabad.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Am I audible, Dilip sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Sir, you can start. Meanwhile, you just switch off your camera.
yes. Okay.
If there is some network issue, तो सर आप वीडियो ऑफ करके भी बोल
कर
सकते हैं.
सकते हैं, right. Okay, so
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
yeah, yes.
Please continue, sir. We can see your presentation.
Yes, yes. Hmm. Hey, full come, full.
Sir, can I share this from my side?
Yes, yes. Now it is a.
Okay.
No, okay, okay. It is a. Yes. Hey. Right. Okay, sorry for interpretation. Actually, some issue, network issues. So, okay. So this is a, could do we produce the water? That is the question. And second thing is that from this picture, you can analyze that it is not a virtual. Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for disturbance. So from this picture, you can see that it is not a virtual quantity. So what to do? There is a requirement of the saving of water. Whatever the losses, you have to minimize that. And for that purpose, like Dr. Arora sir told that Jalakranti Abhiyan or the water awareness week, like this, these are the physical solution which can able to have a solve this water problems. For that purpose, the probable solution is saving of water. Saving of water through the some optimal or the some means, and that is required is the technique for optimizing the water use efficiency, technique for the scientific water management, farm practices, and the measures to minimize water losses. So on that basis, actually in 2007 itself, under the NAPC, National Action Plan on Climate Change, the mission mode, 8 mission was formulated, and especially one mission for this National Water Mission. That is for the exclusive water to solve this water problem with the objective that conservation of water, minimizing the wastage and ensuring is more equitable distribution both and within the state, and that is through the integrated water resource management. There was a different goals, and in that one exclusive goal for this increasing water efficiency by 20%. What does it mean? Actually, whatever the present efficiency of our irrigation project within the maybe a 5-10 years or within 5 years, the increase in the present efficiency by the 20%. So what are the different things is required? How to evaluate that, and it possible that because through this CWC 2016, using this out of 35 irrigation project, they found that the present efficiency level is very poor. For the surface, it is a 35 to 40%, and for groundwater, it is 65 to 70%. And there is a scope. There is a scope to improve this with some systematic approach or strategic measures. So it is possible to enhance this efficiency up to 60%. For that purpose, there is some measures as required, strategic measures to enhance this efficiency both sides, supply side and demand side. So to enhance this efficiency, a strategic research is required and some appropriate techniques are required so that each and every component of the irrigation project, you can enhance this efficiency. So National Water Mission under his goal initiate this concept of water efficiency to enhance by 20%. They invited the proposals from all the armies, and we responded for that. Valmi IIT in India, and they sanctioned some project. Near about now 26 project they are running there in the water efficiency, and in which the involvement of Mary Valmi, IMT, the Valmi voluntaries, CWRDMS Kerala like this, they are involved in this project. Under in Maharashtra state, we are that evaluating this efficiency for the 6th project at present, and what are the experiences out of this project, what are the measures that I am going to share. So these are the distributed, well distributed in the Maharashtra state, and the purpose of this, the objective is to evaluate the various component of the efficiency. Because if you see the irrigation project, there is a various component, right, from the storage part to the on-field part. So section wise, if you see that in the reservoir it is storage, then you have to convey this, then in the as per this network, irrigation network, after the outlet you have to deliver the water, you have to apply the water. So some irrigation techniques that we have to use in farm, that is the on-farm application part. So component of all the produce of this all for efficiency, it will represent overall efficiency of the project. So first component, it is like that the reservoir efficiency part. So reservoir efficiency, if you say that storage part is where you are getting the water from the catchment. So inflow is very much important. The inflow pattern. Are you getting the storage or the live storage attended fully each and every year? Because whatever the demand or the irrigation potential utilization, that is all depend upon your live storage. So maximum live storage attained by this reservoir, that will reflect the reservoir efficiency or the storage efficiency. But in general, you will find that there is a losses in the storage itself through this evaporation, seepage, and sediment deposition also. So for that purpose, ultimately, you have to have a catchment hydrology, which plays a major role in this component of storage efficiency. So that catchment hydrology is studied well or not, that is a requirement or to assess this runoff inflow pattern for this purpose. So this is one of the case studies we conducted, and for that we carried out the storage efficiency. So if you find that throughout maybe in the previous 10-15 years, that storage is, it is not 100%. Maybe due to the rainfall pattern, the catchment, the yield is not that much, inflow pattern is not that much, it is giving a 100% storage. So due to this, there is a always, if you see the average efficiency, it will be a reduced, it is not 100%. That is going to affect on our overall project efficiency. So in that way, it can find out that whatever the losses in this storage part, and if it is attaining live storage or not. Second thing is, you see that here is a revised live storage. What happened actually, through this inflow pattern, it is carrying a sediment from the catchment. So that is depending, that is depositing not only the day storage, but it is depositing on the live storage also, suspended part. So over the period of time, our live storage is reducing due to the siltation. So there is a need for this revision of the live storage. There is a requirement for this revised live storage calculation, or I can say if you find that in every project there is a elevation area capacity table. So you have to revise that elevation area capacity table so that it will reflect the storage part, the actual live storage you are getting over the period of time, that is in an average. That is a storage efficiency. In that picture also you can say in the figures that input pattern, how it is there. So every time you are not getting the net storage full 100%. There, apart from that, there is a there is a whatever the spillage over the weirs. Only 3 times is there in Maharashtra. It is happening that because it is a Marathwada region, or you can see in the other region also. The reservoirs are not each and every, it is not fully that is it is not attending the full live storage. So that is going to impact on this reservoir storage efficiency. Likewise, in the live capacity also, evaporation, there is a loss, and this that is due to this seepage also, very that is loss is there every year. You have to see that losses also, and accordingly, you have to analyze the withdrawal through this from the canal system over the period of time for the different season. So if you find that even though the reservoir attains the live storage capacity in most of the years, there is only an optimal withdrawal up to 78% of the net storage. Why? Because there is a lack of assurance among the farmers. They are in the worry that if they go for the cropping pattern or the more that agriculture cultivation, they will get all the that means rotation of the water. They will get the whenever their requirement timely, they will get irrigation water or not. That's why they are not demanding also. The lack of demand there due to their in assurance in the that timely irrigation. Second thing is the command area. We find that there is a rising trend for the well irrigation. What happened actually from 2000 in 2005, Maharashtra state government adopted that MMISF Act management through the farmers, and in that they are charging the this that is revenue through this volumetric basis. So the farmers having this tendency, even though they are having the water in the canals running also, but they will not take because they find that it may charge there. So that is a rising trend toward this well irrigation. So that well irrigation they have to not they didn't require to pay the that is whatever taxes. That was the reason behind this. Second part is canal conveyance efficiency. Is it our network is that means it is a well managed? Is it that means whatever that repair and maintenance and regular maintenance is there or not? That is the question. Because from this head regulator, whatever the desired flow, it is flowing throughout this network or not. If it is not flowing throughout the network, then it is online or not. There is a number of losses is there in there. So it is a delivery at the inlet to the block of the field to the project release at the headwork. That is the ratio between this. And as per the CWC guideline, inflow outflow method, there is possibility that you can use this or you can evaluate this conveyance efficiency part. So it can be evaluated by sample means in the head middle tail rate. Likewise, you can categorize this to a command area, and within this various reaches, you can measure these losses. Whatever the different losses through this main canal, then distributaries, minors, that can be measured, and you can identify that whatever the seepage losses through this network. So for that purpose, we conducted this walkthrough survey. We identified this the conditions of the various flow controlling structures, flow measuring devices, cross regulator, head regulator, all these things. And we try to find out that what is the present condition of this network of the conveyance. And here, first time use this ADCP instrument, that is a aquatic Doppler current profiler. If you compare this ADCP with current meter, it is find that there is a number of huge advantage. So the time also, time requirement, then accuracy also, accuracy wise, it is giving a velocity profile, while the current meter required a number of reading within the one section. So there is a enhancement, the advanced instrument it can use, and timely you can measure this conveyance losses. So we try to measure this losses using this advanced instrument of acoustic Doppler current profiler at the various sections of this canal network in the head, middle, tail part of the main canal, distributaries, and all other things. Apart from this, whenever there, because in the small canal network, that ADCP will not work. For that purpose, you use this CTF, cut throat flume, and that is also standing wave film also. Likewise, measuring devices used. You tried out this measurement, just like this is a boat, and within a 20 minutes or the one scan, it will give a velocity profile. So within maybe a 20 minutes, you can able to measure this flow through this section of this canal. And if you find that this profile, the velocity is varying. At the edge point, it is high. In the middle, that means edge point, it is low, and middle portion, it is a high one. So it is a variable that current is not, velocity is not same throughout this section. That's why current meter also, if you using, you have to take the so many that is measurement. One or two measurement, it will not give a correct measurement of this flow at this particular section or the cross section of the canal. For that purpose, if you compare with this current meter and ADCP with minimum time and with a great accuracy, it will give a more result. And that table is also giving. Use these tables for this. It is giving a that is a width, area, and flow also. In that way, we measure this conveyance part, conveyance efficiency part, component of the conveyance efficiency in the main canal distributaries, and we find out this overall conveyance efficiency. And you find the reason why this conveyance efficiency is low, because in this case also it is conveyance efficiency, it is giving only a 50-60%. In some in a different project, it is giving a different value. For the main canal, it is giving 81, while for this distributors, it is having a low value of this conveyance efficiency. That means it is having a seepage losses. So what is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is that there is no regular or periodic maintenance of the flow controlling structure. Head regulators are not maintained. If you find that there is how it is possible that the desired flow will be flow throughout the section. So regular maintenance is required. Second thing is canal linings are disturbed. It is a canal linings are not 1 minute. It's a disturbed canal lining, unlined canals. If you see, find that some portion they are the deposition of the silt. Am I audible? That some disturbance is there. So the reason behind this is district canal lining. Responding. So these are this maintenance part. Throughout this network, you find that, and the problem in this project also there is a manpower problems, and second thing is there in the field canals they is not maintained well. So those are the reasons why this conveyance efficiency is not getting as per the requirement. Third part is the on-farm application. This is very much important part because it is a now demand side. This reservoir efficiency and conveyance efficiency, it is a supply side part. In the demand side part, on-farm application efficiency, if you find that there is a two losses in the two farms. One is through this field channel, and second is application of the irrigation method. So how accurately you are giving, that means the as per the water requirement, the water is applications are not there. So in that case, the water course field channel losses, how it is there, is it line or not? And second is that on field application part, there is a losses through this deep percolation or the leaching. That means whatever the water is applied or the irrigation is applied, it is as per the requirement or not, crop water requirement. So if you see that, and if you see this field water balance, then if you find that if you more depth of water applied to irrigation, then there is a losses through drainage, deep percolation. And that's why whatever the quantity you are giving this, you can find out in the table also. The field losses, where this turnout means the field where you are applying the water to the field, and the outlet of this canal network. So if it is a close proximity, then that turnouts it will give a 100, that there is no losses in the field losses is minimum. But which is having a distance or having a that means conveyance part is there in the field channel, there is a losses in the field channels, and that's why this overall efficiency of the field channel it is giving a lesser value. Second thing is the crop water requirement. Water is applying as per the requirement or not, whatever the water you are supplying, that is as per the main crops or not, main crop water requirement. If water requirement you are giving a that means under irrigation or the over irrigation, then there will be a the problem with this there will be a that is a water efficiency in this second part will be affected. Fourth part is the drainage efficiency. If you having water requirement or your application is like that, as per this water requirement, then there will be no problem with the drainage efficiency. Your drainage network are good or not, that is again you have to see. And in that case, you have to see that the total water drained from the system and the total water supplied are the crop water requirement. The ratio, it will reflect this drainage efficiency part. So for that purpose, we have taken this number of drains in this command area, and you find out, you measure this losses, the drainage losses are there or not. But in this project, you find that there is no, because whatever the quantity through this command area of the, or through this command of the miner, you can say, or the command of the distributor you are applying, that is consumed there itself. It is it is not having that much adequate amount, so that whatever the excess amount you are applying is going out of that command area. That's why the efficiency is, drainage efficiency is very good. In the Itiado project also work out, in Jayakwadi irrigation project also you work out like this, using this methodology, you find that the overall project efficiency, it is as per the whatever the range is there, that 35, 40, 50 like this. In this board project also, in that way, it can be computed all this water efficiency component. and you can find out this overall project efficiency. But it is possible that we can have this practical achievable limit. Reservoir efficiency can be achieved up to 95 to 98%. But if it is less, 80% in this our case, so what is the conglomerative measures or what are the strategic measures you can adopt? So the reason why this is reservoir efficiency is that as per this practical achievable limit, one thing is that inflow pattern, whatever that area elevation area capacity table, it is not revised one. Second thing, there is a evaporation losses, seepage losses are there. So for that purpose, you have to have some measures to enhance this efficiency or to achieve this practicable limit. Likewise, in the conveyance efficiency also, the canals are lined or not. What is the seepage losses are there? Is there any unauthorized way it is water is taken out? So that you have to see. Likewise, you can able to achieve this efficiency if you have some policy level measures or the institutional level measures. So our purpose, my purpose is of this presentation is to tell about this measures are the strategic cumulative measures so that you can able to enhance this poor efficiency, level of efficiency that is 36. It can be enhanced up to the 60% by if you have some adopt some measures for that purpose. So already discussed that periodic assessment of the sedimentation in the reservoir and the revision of the elevation area capacity table so that you can able to have a revised live storage capacity, and according that your storage efficiency will be at per the actual. Second thing, you have to have some hydrological studies of the catchment to have the yield assessment so that there will be a improvement in this efficiency. If there are the losses through this evaporation, then it is possible that you can minimize these losses through this windbreaker of bamboo trees like this, or you have to go for this catchment area treatment. So likewise, there is a measures or policy level measures you have to take the decision. When I worked with National Institute of Hydrology in 2002 to 2007, there was a drive to assess this or the reassessment of this live storage capacity using this digital image processing images through this acquired through this remote sensing technology. So that technology, remote sensing technology, can be used to revise this live storage or the revise this elevation area capacity of the project. That study, and there was a recommendation also. Such study should be carried out after 5 to 10 years, and you have to revise this ESC table of each and every project within a 10 years or 20 years, so that it will reflect the actual or the revised life capacity of that project. Because whatever the demand or whatever the your that potential is there, it is through this live storage. So in that way, it can be enhanced. Then we have to have, if there is a losses, seepage losses through the network, then it can be improved using this adopting this pipe distribution network or the pipe irrigation network. But adopting as such the policy, I feel that it should be have some suitability analysis, because again there is a feasibility of this network, how feasible it is in the field to adopt, or what level from this outlet it should be adopted, or for the main canal distributor should be adopted. So some feasibility study, suitability analysis should be there, so that it can be have a policy making decision, so that you can adopt this PDN or the pipe irrigation network over the canal irrigation network. But whatever the canal irrigation or canal distribution network already exists are there. So you have to see that also. You have to improve this network rather than going for the new PDN or PIN. That is again a question. Then promotion of the micro irrigation. Actually, micro irrigation adaptability is a one question, because during this period we conduct one stakeholder workshop. The involvement of farmers, stakeholders, then involvement of irrigation department, WRD officers, then agriculture department, and apart from this, the bank. There should be integration because adaptability of the drip irrigation or the sprinkler irrigation. If you have some subsidization also, but for the margin or the marginal farmers having a less field or farm, they are in the opinion that even though you are giving the subsidy also, they cannot able to go for this adopt for this micro irrigation, drip irrigation for 50% cost. So for that purpose, in that stakeholder workshop, that agriculture officers, they told that they can able to supply this rain gun or they can able to supply this some drip schemes with that is that means through some project, or there is a provision also. Some banks, they can give interest free loan so that adaptability will be of this micro irrigation will be there. So that's a policy making decision should be there. Then promotion of renewable energy resource, because adopting micro irrigation, again the problem will there for this electricity, all this thing. So solar energy like this, solar power, solar cell, it can be promoted, it can be adopted, and adopting participatory irrigation management practices. These are policy level decisions can be taken. Apart from this, administrative level decision like the improvement in the distribution network, some structural measures, selective lining of canals, regular replacement of the damaged gate. If there are the flow controlling devices, flow measuring devices, that regularly it should be repaired. Then formation of the standarding of the water user association, because water user association having the major role, they should have that in their system is their own. They have to manage the system. Likewise, in the Maharashtra itself, through this MMISF Act 2005 and Rule 2006, they are now thinking about this handing over the management of this project to through this water user association. So such things should be there. And apart from this, there should be a training of the farmers, because I told that in the stakeholder workshop, they are not clear cut about. They are not they have to make sensitized about this water problem in the future also, water saving technologies also, adaptation of the micro irrigation, all these things. For that purpose, the awareness should be there, the farmers training should be there, so that they can able to aware about this water crisis problem, and they can able to understand this advanced techniques of irrigation better. So in the field, if you find that what is needed, because there is a siltation, there is a this is a flow controlling flow measuring device. It is called the CTM, cut throat plume. What happened actually? The farmers are not aware. They told that the section is just it is a having a that means it is section is now narrowing down here. So they told that whatever the amount of water is flowing, that amount they will not get. So they will try to using this JCP or this thing, they try to this that will damage this CTM like this. So they are not aware about this. This is a flow measuring device. Whatever the flow is here in the upstream side, same thing will be getting the downstream side. There is no effect on the water supplied or the quantity of water flow they will get, but they are not aware about these devices. So likewise, though it is a measuring device, it is giving a the as per the design flow of this minor or canal. So they should be aware about this. That's why they are just making a damage to the structure. They are not able to maintain this channel, and somewhere they are just using that, so that it should be maintained properly. In one of the project we've seen that there is a that whatever the outlets are properly, that means canals are lined properly, managed lining is there. Likewise, there is a CTF clearance. So some projects are there where wherever there is such activities have taken place, you find that there is a good it is able to enhance this utilization of this irrigation potential created, or you can able to supply the water up to tail end also. So that should be there. some exposure to the farmers about this project would be there. Then repair of the damaged lining should be there. If the damaged lining is not there, then there will be a seepage problem like this. Whatever the amount of seepage loss will be there. So these are the you can enhance or you can just minimize these losses using this repair and maintenance work. Maintenance of the flow controlling structure should be there. Repair of the falls should be there. Flow controlling structures. Then there should be like this maintenance of this canal. It should be like this. It is not. It should not be like this because there is no. You cannot design flow is not flowing through this canal. Like this should be there. Some flow controlling structure. Sheet up. It should not be break. Likewise, you have to make a sense or the aware about to the farmers so that they cannot they have to and they do not break these controlling structures. Channels should be desilted. Siltage are there. You have to desilted it so that the regular section that means unable to maintain the desired flow and that will affect the tail ender. That's why all the repair and maintenance work that is a structural measures you have to adapt for this purpose. And once that structural measure adapt, then it is possible that you can enhance this water efficiency. Likewise, in the if there are the flow through this field canal, that is unlined canal, then there is a losses, of course. So that's why you have to able to, if it is possible, that you can line these field canals also. They likewise they are irrigating their field. They are not. They don't know about how much quantity they have to give this cotton crop. They are the opinion that just irrigate the field for 20 hours, 30 years. There is no scientific way. There is no calculation also. They are going to their expert model also. Over the period of time, their experience, they are just irrigating the field. And that's why there is a field losses are there, huge, tremendous field losses. And we are getting the poor on-field application efficiency. So all these losses you can minimize. Here also there is the unauthorized way of they are just taking the water from the canal to the well, and from the well they are just irrigating. Why? Because they don't want to give this volumetric basis water charges. Avoid that charges they are doing. Like here is a pipe, they are just taking that unauthorized way they are taking the water. Here also there is no defined channel, where to give, how much to give. So all are the problems in the field, and these are all affecting the water use efficiency. So for that purpose, the promotion to pipe distribution network, sensitization of the farmers, involvement of the farmers, water user association, and training should be there so that they should not go for this flood irrigation type. They should adopt this micro irrigation. So in that way, that possible using this micro irrigation to aware that so their advantages, that is improved plant response, chemical applications, improved chemical applications, and saving all these fertilizers, saving of this water saving technology growth. And likewise you have to make aware about the farmers about this moisture retention, because if you go for this drip irrigation, the retention period is more as you compare the surface and sprinkler irrigation. So if you adopt this drip irrigation, there is a that means the moisture availability in the root zone will be there, and you have to apply the minimum water for this irrigating the field, so that with the minimum water you can able to satisfy our raw water requirement, and you can enhance your on-field application efficiency. So likewise, you have to make sensitize our stakeholders about this technology of the micro irrigation, that not to under irrigate or the over irrigate, both are the problematic, so that the application efficiency also where, and likewise their production also they are not getting more. Likewise, you have to make aware about this saving of water due to this drip irrigation, how much quantity you can save the water, and not only saving the water, because if they don't bother also, but there is a simultaneous increase in the yield also. So with the minimum water, they can able to get the more yield. So likewise, the technology you have to give the through this some stakeholder workshop. The one of the study you conducted in this sprinkler irrigation also, and you are able to save the water, and at the same time you have to be able to increase the yield. That is the possible with this. So number of examples are there: minimization, the water saving, as well as yield increment. So over the period, we try to this uh, conducting of this stakeholder workshops, stakeholder consultation workshop, and we try to take the views of farmers about this. So they are in the opinion like this. They are not aware about this different schemes of central government, state government, different schemes under other technology, the various department also. The that in the opinion that there should be the integrated approach of all the maybe a water resource department, maybe a agriculture department, from the bank side. There should be a integration part so that they can able to satisfy or they can able to understand how they can their yield will be increases, because with this minimum water also they can able to increase their yield. They are much more that means in the side that they have to increase their yield, they have to increase their returns rather than saving. Saving is a part, okay, water saving is there, but side by side saving the water, they can able to enhance their returns out of this irrigation, agriculture, irrigated agriculture, so that can able to adopt this micro irrigation. Likewise, you make some that make aware about this central sponsored scheme. Likewise, in the micro irrigation, it started in 2007. In 2010, it is upselled in the National Mission on Micro Irrigation, and then it is now in a National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture. So NMSA, under this mission, on the part of this on-farm water management, there is a provision for this micro irrigation schemes component in the under Pradhan Mantri's Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Also, there is a subsidized rate. So we have to make aware about this micro irrigation and technology. That's why that is called the water saving technology as well as the water problems. So likewise, high priority to water security, har khet ko pani, water conservation, per drop, more crop. Through this Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, an integrated approach of AIBP and PMKSY, it is possible that you can able to make aware, and it is possible that to save the water, you have to, and in that way you can able to increase the water efficiency in the irrigation sector. So these are the our expert level workshop also we conducted, and we tried to share our that means measures are the whatever the different conglomerative things are the policy level or the administrative level. It is possible that to whatever the irrigation potential is created, it can be able to utilize fully, because when you are able to utilize the total irrigation potential created, it means that you are enhancing or you are improving our efficiency. You can able to irrigate more, that means your coverage will be more. So if it is coverage is increases, in that way you can increase your efficiency. So if you find that also there is a irrigation potential created at utilization, it is still it is underutilization. You are not able to satisfied. You are not able to achieve this 100% IPC and IPC created, IPU and IPC created, and for that purpose, in this also one project we tried to find out this causes, that is measures that the preparation of the base to maximize the potential utilized, and in that case MMIS Act 2005 management through the water user association can help formation of that. It can be able to enhance this water efficiency. It can able to utilize the unauthorized utilization of some by some rules, maintenance and awareness among the farmers, so that the estimation amount of expected rainfall and quantity of inflow, you can have a better cropping pattern. You can have a that give a better cropping pattern to utilize the available potential created. So best possible cropping pattern for the season in the command area can be prepared in order to maximize the utilization of the created potential. Overall, also in the water efficiency, we have to have this through some principle way, and you all, we ourselves also, and farmers and all, we must be aware about this the principle of water efficiency, that it is a valuable resources. It is a having a it is a essential for the health and human kind, and is a intrinsic social and environmental values. Second thing, it is a finite resources, so that it should not be misused. It should not be assumed that it is a endless one, and it is a renewable resources, so that one, it is a, if it is a upstream side, if it is a, when it is a releasing to downstream side, they should be understand that it should be clean. It should it is a, if it is a access to the downstream side, one person wastewater is a another person's well. In that way, it should be maintained, and it is a share resources, so that it respect to need of others, humans, and some all others live and other things, the human beings, and manage water for entry and intergeneration needs. That principle should be followed for water efficiency enhancement, and after by saving all the losses, you can able to enhance our water efficiency of the irrigation sector. So that is what measures I share with you. I think I tried to share my experiences of this baseline studies at what are the different measures it can be possible in the enhancing water efficiency in the irrigation sector. So thank you, sir. Some problem was there with the net. So now you can able to discuss this topic.
Yeah, Neha ji, we can have question and answer session now.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, Varo, sir. Due to some net problems, that PPT was not properly seen, I think so, because there is, even though I tried, it was already, that means try run also, there all these things done first, whatever that the time it is. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. These technical hazards are always there whenever we are having video conferences.
My video.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, sir. Now move forward. Now we are officially open for the Q&A. So I just want to quickly introduce the format. If you want to ask any query, you can just click on the raise your hand option, which is available on your screen, or else you can share your query and any questions in chat box too. So I'll first will take the query from Mr. Kirit Trivedi. So do you please ask your query, Mr. Kirit Trivedi ji.
My video is not, it is giving.
Very
problem.
nice presentation by Mr. Dilip sir, and I am a regular watching
Should
water
I
tech
rejoin,
since-
sir?
Are you listening me?
Should I rejoin?
Very nice presentation.
Video नहीं आ रहा है?
One question is there.
हाँ.
What is about the cost
I will
benefit
just
ratio?
within 1 minute I will just rejoin again.
अच्छा
So that
किरीट जी
I
अभी
can
वो
able
1 मिनट
to
बाद ज्वाइन करेंगे.
start
आपको
my
1 मिनट
video.
बाद पूछना है. यस यस आप दोबारा ज्वाइन कीजिए.
Okay, okay.
मुझे लगता है किरीट जी आप भी लगभग सारे ही वाटर टेक टॉक अटेंड करते होंगे क्योंकि मैंने
हाँ,
आपका
सर.
नाम बहुत बार देखा है.
हाँ सर, आपको बहुत बार देखा हमने भी.
नहीं मैंने
आपका जो
आपका
वोट ऑफ थैंक्स है वो तो
नाम हमें
बहुत
याद हो
बढ़िया
गया
रहता
अभी.
है. आपका वोट
नहीं
ऑफ थैंक्स
आपका
बहुत
नाम
बढ़िया रहता है हिंदी में. वेरी नाइस टू लिसन यू.
नहीं नहीं सो नाइस ऑफ यू. हमें भी आपका नाम अच्छी तरह याद है किरीट जी. कई बार आपका चैट बॉक्स में भी मैंने आपके क्वेश्चंस पढ़े हैं. तो अभी बस 1 मिनट में वो दोबारा लाइन पर आ रहे हैं क्योंकि
कोई
उनके
बात
कुछ
नहीं,
प्रॉब्लम है.
आपसे गुफ्तगू हो गई वो भी अच्छी बात है इस बहाने. सुनील सर, हाउ आर यू?
फाइन 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 है ना.
ओके, नाइस.
यस दिलीप जी, आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अच्छा, आप
Yes,
के जी
sir.
पूछिए अपना क्वेश्चन।
Hello.
Hello.
Dilip sir, good afternoon. Very nice presentation by you.
Thank you, sir. Some net problem was there, so I was not
Uh,
able to
uh,
share my PPT. It is not clear one actually. I
नहीं,
think so.
it was very nice presentation. Just one question. आपने
Yes,
चार
sir.
बातें बताई अलग तरीके से
Yeah, जी.
वाटर यूज फार्मर्स के लिए, लेकिन ये मुझे क्वेश्चन है कि आपने चारों प्रेजेंटेशन में
हाँ,
कॉस्ट बेनिफिट रेशियो कभी ट्राई किया है कि जो हम मॉडिफिकेशन करते हैं उसके हिसाब से और जो हमको फायदा मिलता है उसके हिसाब से
हाँ, हाँ.
उसका कॉस्ट बेनिफिट रेशियो कितना होगा? मीन्स हम गलती
सर,
सुधारने में जाते हैं तो इतना खर्चा हो जाता है कि जिसका हमको बेनिफिट मिलता है या नहीं?
हाँ, sir. Actually, cost benefit wise, actually, this is a part one. Actually, the motto is to enhance the water efficiency by 20%, right, sir?
या
Once it is approved, then you will go for this. That means whatever the improvement in the network. हम नेटवर्क पे पूरा इम्प्रूवमेंट करते हैं, तो हमने उसमें पूरा ये दे दिया कि हमारे फ्लो कंट्रोलिंग स्ट्रक्चर है या फ्लो मेजरिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स है, इवन हमारा नेटवर्क है, ये टोटल नेटवर्क में अगर इम्प्रूवमेंट करते हो तो कितना खर्चा आएगा, अगर इतना खर्चा आता है और हम वाटर एफिशिएंसी में कितना बचा सकते हैं, तो इससे जो हमारा इरिगेशन पोटेंशियल जो है यूटिलाइजेशन बढ़ेगा, हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा एरिया अगर इरिगेट कर पाए तो जो बेनिफिट उसमें मिलेगा थ्रू दिस एग्रीकल्चर रिटर्न, और हम जो खर्चा कर रहे हैं उसका अगर हम एनालिसिस करते हैं तो हमें पता चल जाएगा कि इसमें बेस्ट कॉस्ट बेनिफिट है। प्रॉब्लम सर ऐसा है कि ये भी जो ये अब चल रहा है, नाउ इट इज ए स्टार्टेड वन, कि व्हाट इज द प्रेजेंट लेवल ऑफ एफिशिएंसी, व्हाट हैपन एक्चुअली, अभी तक प्रेजेंट लेवल ऑफ एफिशिएंसी इन दैट वे एज पर द सीडब्ल्यूसी गाइडलाइन कभी कहीं वर्क नहीं किया है। तो नेशनल वाटर मिशन दे हैड ए गुड इनिशिएटिव टू कंप्यूट दिस present level of water efficiency of the four component, all four component. So
या
because it is a linking, so once you evaluate this, and after that if you suggest, you are suggesting, so that once goes for the structural measures, you can say structural improvement. Once that structural improvement, the cost will be there, and for that, okay, okay. सर नहीं आ रहा है, मेरा साउंड नहीं आ रहा है?
आ रहा है, आवाज आ रहा है
आ रहा
आपका।
है? ओ एक्चुअली इसमें वीडियो में है सर, वीडियो में गलत, मैं वीडियो
वीडियो
से
नहीं आ रहा है,
अच्छा
आपका आवाज आ रहा है। ठीक है, कोई बात
आवाज आ
नहीं,
रहा है।
आवाज आ रहा है
तो
आपका।
उसमें क्या है सर कि नेक्स्ट स्टेज आई थिंक अरोरा सर सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं इन द नेशनल वाटर मिशन सम प्रोजेक्ट थ्रू की वंस improve this water efficiency by the 20%, what are the structural measures I suggested, maybe in the two project I already suggested, so that cost will be there. Once that cost will be worked out, then again after improvement we will find that how much irrigation potential utilization is increases, and through this increased potential how much return you can able to give this agriculture return, so that in that way economical analysis of the comparison can be possible to take. But at this stage, sir, it is the initial stage where present level of efficiency you are working on.
Next question.
Yeah, now I request Mr. Suresh Kulkarni ji, you may please ask your query. I request again Mr. Suren Kulkarni ji, you may please ask your query.
Please.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. I heard Professor Durgude, his presentation. Because I have, I know him very well. He's very studious professor. I have some observations since I've worked, at number of places and different perception. Unfortunately, this water use efficiency term has been highly misunderstood in the country.
Yeah.
I'm hearing this when I was in Delhi. I worked in Delhi in ICID as a secretary. Since then, people are talking of increasing the efficiency by 20%.
Yes.
So this is a very unfortunate kind of approach. Of course, I don't want to take much time here, but now the perception of efficiency has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and we should now talk about the equity, because water is not lost. That way, water is not lost.
Yes,
And
you are correct, sir.
yeah, unfortunately, the Schedule C guidelines need to be changed. I have
Yeah.
seen in the international literature, because I am associated very closely with the FAO and ICID, that
Yes.
the storage efficiency and drainage efficiency, all these factors are never taken into consideration. What is most important is the conveyance efficiency as far as the Indian context is concerned, and
Yeah.
fill efficiency is, of course, is there, but
Yes.
it is a different aspect totally. And
Yes.
it is the responsibility of the state, the concerned state, to improve the conveyance efficiency. That
Yes.
is most important. Now, what is happening? Whatever the water is lost through the conveyance network, it recharges the groundwater. And
Yeah.
for example, in Maharashtra itself, when they say that what is the irrigated area in the command, they say
Yeah.
that 1 million hectares are irrigated through
Mm-hmm.
groundwater. It is a seepage groundwater, means no water is lost. So I
Yes.
think I request the highest authority of National Water Mission to change whole perspective of this. This is really, we are talking the same, I think, again and again for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And we really need to change. I can talk a lot on it, but because of short of time. And secondly,
Yeah.
I would like to just correct Professor Durgude that volumetric
Yeah.
charges. In Maharashtra, unfortunately, because I have worked as a secretary in the Water Resources Regulatory Authority,
Yes,
and
sir.
very, very few cases are there where volumetric charges are made. And
Mm-hmm.
why? It is not because of the cost of the water, the farmers are shifting to groundwater, but it is because of the uncertainty of receiving the water from the your projects.
Yeah.
Earlier, the farmers used to get at least 3 to 4 rotations, sometimes 6 rotations. Our
Yes. Yes.
projects are designed for providing 6 rotations, but nowadays maximum 2 rotations are given. One
Mm.
rotation, 2 rotation, with that to a very long period of 40 days, etc.
Mm.
So what the
Yes. Yes.
poor farmer will do? They have to find out their own ways and means.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they follow the different ways. That is one thing.
Yeah.
And I would like to talk that again, I would like to request how long we are going to talk about the IPC and IPU. It is an
Yeah.
obsolete concept totally. Please, for the God's sake, please, because I have been hearing a number of international fora and this thing. Let us stop this concept of talking. We're nowhere in the world people talk in these terms. Let us refer to FAO, what they are saying. The only area irrigated, equipped for irrigation. That we need to talk, and we should stop talking about IPC and IPU. And the another thing, unfortunately, because I am associated with this water sector and particularly with the irrigation from last 40 or 45 years, and we, the Water Resource Department, still working with the 20th century technology. We are talking still about the cutthroat plume. I am surprised. How long we are going to talk about the CTF?
Sureshji, my request is that we can have a discussion on this point sometime again. People are there to ask questions.
Because this is what
sometime later we will have discussion.
That's. But I think unless and until you please consider these cases, you may talk. Several webinars.
Your points have been taken note of. Your points have been taken note of.
Okay, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Mayor, next.
Now I request Mr. P. Dorje Gyambaji, you may please ask your query.
Sir.
Mr. P. Dorje?
For nice presentation.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
One thing I just wanted, what
Yeah.
these Walmis are looking after water resources aspect in the state.
Yes.
What because this study, what you have shown is related to this National Water Mission study. What other in the field of water use efficiency in the state, what Walmi is doing for the state?
Yeah, actually,
this
sir.
Is one. Yeah, this is one. Second is, my point is, what are the difficulties states being facing in implementation of micro irrigation? Yes, we all know micro irrigation will definitely save some water, which can be used for the other sector. What is the difficulty states are being facing? And earlier, the officer has mentioned about the seepage water being going inside the ground, and further it is being used. It is true. Our dams are very big rainwater harvesting structures. They are collecting all this water. If we'll have some piezometer or other things surrounding these dams, definitely we'll find lot of, must say, results.
Yeah.
Lot of rising groundwater. Same is this canal also. If we'll have some piezometer and other ground water level monitoring arrangement, along the nearby to these unlined canals, we can see easily the improvement in the groundwater level, the water being seeped from the canals. Right. These are the two things I wanted to highlight. I particularly wanted to know the states, water use efficiency, what you are doing, and difficulties being faced in micro irrigation. Please. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Actually, whatever the studies you are conducting, if state want to take some policy level decision like this or PDN, they want to go for the water saving technology, pipe distribution network or pipe irrigation network, or some if you want some policy level decision in the adaptation of the micro irrigation. So what are the Valmi is conducting all stakeholder workshop, Valmi is conducting the research studies, and they are sharing their whatever the findings, research finding with the state government, so that state government, WRD department able to take some policy level decision or some take some decision to enhance this efficiency of the water irrigation project, or they can able to have some strategic measures to enhance the likewise that irrigation potential created utilized like this. So whatever that they are doing now in Maharashtra, they are doing benchmarking like this indicators, or they are doing water auditing. So in that case, Valmi through this research and through this some studies, they can able to help to the state government to take some water resource department to take some strategic decisions like this, sir. One thing. Second thing, in this that you told that about this recharging in the command area. Command area, actually what happened, whatever the quantity of water you are storing, you are expending a huge amount for to store the water, and that is for the purpose of irrigation. So that is, if you have some that utilization of this irrigation water, and it is to the they deliver the water to the root zone. So through the period, maybe the conveyance part, network through, and in the field. So quantity, how much quantity you are supplying through this head network HR head regulators? Is it going to same quantity there in the root zone or not? How it is there is a losses are there. So once you are spending a huge amount for the storing, and when it is a lossing, when it is not using that particular purpose, there is a loss, then there is a the wastage of the money also. So in that way, the improvement is needed. So though it is a absorb within the command area, I agree with this, no problem. But when you are passing out through this network, you are making a so structure, and again it is going to the groundwater. So that is a no use. That is a that is means you are just costing for that purpose, which are not useful for this crop to satisfy this crop water requirement. So in that way, enhancing the efficiency very much essential. Improvement in the your network is very much essential, as well as in the on-farm part also. Adaptation policy for this your micro irrigation like things, or the water saving technology like this, it should be there, so that you can able to whatever the quantity of water is you are storing and making a huge amount for the storing of that quantity, it should be optimally or efficiently used for this purpose of the irrigation, that is to deliver the water to the crop water. That is my view, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dorje sir, for your query. Sir, we are getting few queries in chat box too, so I'm taking it up one by one. So there is one query which is from Mr. Pradeep Gupta. He would like to ask, compared to some other nations, is there a lack of technology or awareness that needs to be addressed for better use of water for irrigation in our country?
Yeah, actually, in the that is in the management of this system, that is whatever the adaptive policy adopted by the state government, Maharashtra state government, through this MMISF Act, which is Maharashtra Management of Irrigation System by Farmers in 2005. So management of this irrigation system through this farmer, if you compare through with the other countries also in Maharashtra, in India, it's very good. Actually, whatever we are adopting policy in the Maharashtra state, there is a project level water user efficiencies are there. This Wagad like this, so many now at presently there are some more than 5,550 water user association formulated. They are functioning near about 50% with 2,500 water user associations are working, and they are having this because if they are having their you can say it is a ownership type thing. If there is there, then they will manage the system very effectively. And of course, when systems irrigation system is managed effectively, then there is a minimization of the losses. There is enhancement of the water efficiency, and that way you can able to whatever your our goal is that to saving of the water. Because once you cannot produce the water, you have to save the water. That is the only solution for that purpose that can be achieved. So in that way, in this year, we are doing a very good work. The second thing is that in the atomization level, if you compare with the other countries, that atomization level is very poor. That is comparatively poor in this our country. Atomization maybe in the terms of supply, atomization in terms of because see, you can able to supply the water up to the outlet. From the outlet, if you want to go for this adaptation of the micro irrigation, then micro irrigation requires some head to operate that. So what is the solution for that? Which once again they have to go for this well, then you have to take the water from that. For that purpose, we also suggested through the Valmi also, there should be an interface. In Maharashtra, there is a Jaliyukta Sivar like program, farm pond and all this thing. Through this that farm pond, it can be used as an interface for this outlet to this supply the water to the micro irrigation, so that some desirable head to operate that micro irrigation can be achieved. And in that way, let me say decentralization of the storage. If it is decentralized way within the command area, and then you have to go for the adaptation of the micro irrigation, it's possible that you can achieve this. In that case, if you compare with the other country, you are just lacking, and you have to have some policy level. Aurora sir, national water, through water, national water mission, they can have some project, and they can able to improve this. Some automation, some automatics evaluation of the water efficiency also, sir. Automatically, it can be evaluated for some project. If you take small project, it will give the 4 component, so that automation can be able to in maybe in the that means app, mobile apps, you can able to see what is the efficiency of that small project. Likewise, project can be implemented through National Water Mission.
Sir, our next query is again on irrigation management system, and Mr. Kulvinder Singh wants to know how much does the most effective way to irrigate differ on the basis of climate and altitude in India?
Management in the basis of climate and
how much does the most effective way to irrigate differ on the basis of climate and altitude in India?
yeah, climate wise, if you say in the maybe in north side, there is a quantum of water available. In Marathwada, the quantity is less. Rotation wise, all these things. So policy, if you formulate for whole India, you have to have some strategic policy with a different region wise. For different regions, some other policy like management, some Marathwada region where the adequacy of water is there, you have to have some other policy, some measures should be there. So that measures as per the climatic scenario and the quantum of water availability, you have to have it some strategic measures in a very different way. Other area specific measures you can able to adopt there. I hope so. I try to give this solution.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, the next query, this is like one lady, she wants to know, she wants to take some suggestions. Miss Samendra ji hai, she want to know how can we create awareness among people to save rainwater. खेत का पानी खेत में और घर का पानी घर में, इसके हम कैसे ज्यादा से ज्यादा अवेयरनेस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, where 60% use in our country is only for agriculture purpose.
Yeah, 60% water. It is for the irrigated agriculture. It is more than 70%, 78%. A huge quantum of available water you are using in the. It is a more water demanding sector, and in that way, water conservation is required now. Where the water is, if you just recharge that itself through this water conservation measures, then you can able to enhance our that soil moisture or the unsaturated zone of the soil moisture. So it is, if it is enriched, then you will require a less quantum of water for this crop water requirement. In that way, you can save the water also. So whatever the now next water missions and slogans are there, जहाँ का पानी वही अभी है पानी, catch the rain wherever, when it fall, that should be there, so that you can able to that means you can able to your improve your efficiencies also. You can able to save water also through this. If you catch the rain there itself, you have to conserve the water there itself, so that in the command area also the requirement will be minimum of the water, and so that in that way the available water you can enhance your irrigation potential. More area you can come under this irrigation. You can able to enhance this irrigation area, because in Maharashtra there is the target of 85 lakh hectare, and we are in the now it is 52 lakh hectare. So to have that targeted goal also in as in India also, you have to have some technology, so that you can able to achieve your target of that total irrigation potential, created potential to utilize properly. Thank you.
So now moving forward to the last query, and this is from Mr. Dinesh, and he wants to know how closely would the excess of power and electricity be related to the effective use of the latest irrigation methods?
Yeah, actually what happened when you are enhancing this on-field application efficiency part, and that is a demanding sector, demand management. In that demand management, if you are making some policy like this, you just adopt this micro irrigation, drip and sprinkler irrigation like this, then that is requirement of the, because it is a power requirement, electricity is required to drive this drip and sprinkler, and that for purpose. But what is the, this is one of the question, or what is one of the why farmers are not adopting micro irrigation, because there is a electricity inadequacy in the electricity. There is a power supply. They are getting not that what how much electricity hours they require. That is not getting. That for that purpose, you have to have some solar energy or some other energy solution, so that you can make them aware, that you can make them adopt this micro irrigation technology. So in that way, you have to think over other energy sources of power also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And with this, now I would like to invite Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora, sir, again for his concluding remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Durbude, it is a very, very educative and elaborative talk and presentation given by you.
Thank you, sir.
I think, I believe rather, that we all have must have been profited from your wealth of learning and experience. Your talk has been quite educative and illuminating. We wish you God's protection in the service of the country.
Thank you, sir.
Durbude, we appreciate your love and sense of belongingness to the country in general and to the water in particular. A big salute to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
सभी, क्योंकि हमारे किरीट द्विवेदी ने कहा कि आप हिंदी में अच्छा बोलते हैं, तो मैं आज सभी उपस्थित लोगों को वाटर टेक टॉक के इस सत्र में शामिल होने के लिए और आज यहाँ पर हमारे वक्ता की हौसला अफजाई करने के लिए और इस सत्र में पूरे उत्साह, ऊर्जा और विश्वास के साथ हिस्सा लेने के लिए धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं इस वाटर टॉक के आयोजन में अपना पूर्ण सहयोग देने के लिए टीम वाटर डाइजेस्ट को भी तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं। आप सब लोगों की इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए ये बता दें कि नेशनल वाटर मिशन हर महीने की दूसरे शुक्रवार को वाटर टेक टॉक का और हर महीने के तीसरे शुक्रवार को वाटर टेक टॉक का आयोजन करता है और समय हमारा फिक्स है दिन के 3 बजे। और हम सबसे गुजारिश करते हैं कि यू participate in this talk and share the knowledge of distinguished speakers in the field of water. Thanks to all of you again for making this water talk a resounding success. See you all in the next episode of Water Talk to be held on the coming Friday on 18 February 2022. Till then, goodbye, take care and stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks to all.